So I'm here to talk Alvaro into leaving the G80 and doing it. Also, besides leaving the G80, we're going to be picking up Jason's GT3 RS. So this guy texts me, right? Every day we've been asking him, hey, is it done? Did you get it? Did you get it? Is it done? And then today,
I'm back on my bullshit.
The cap was strong today. He texted the group chat that he was mad because he got outbid for the car, even though he had already sold his McLaren.
And signed for this car.
And even left the group chat because we were talking shit. We didn't believe him, but then when he left the group chat, I texted him directly, and I was like, so... And then he's like, no, I don't want to talk about it. And I actually fucking believed him, so...
Got teams.
That's pretty much what it's going to end up looking like, right?
Yep.
I don't know if I would be a fan of that.
Yeah, I did keep the gloss, dude. He's the only one that likes matte and...
And your color looks sick.
You're the only guy, bro, that likes matte and satin. I swear to God.
And on your car, it looks sick.
You're the only guy that likes matte. Or,
What do you mean? This doesn't look good?
I don't know, bro.
Nah. I like the black way more.
This.
That's Matt, right?
Yeah,
yeah, dude, that's fucking sick as fuck.
Let me see. If it looks like a cockroach, I don't like it. Okay, that one doesn't look that bad.
So what's really cool about Jason's new car is that it's black, it's a Y-Stock package, RS, but it has the steel brakes.
Montana, baby.
So it's very rare that a Y-Stock RS has the steel brakes. So when he saw this, that's why he picked it up right away. The fact that he's going to be tracking the car, it's going to be really helpful that it's a steel brake car, because replacing carbon rotors and pads is a lot more expensive than already it is for an RS brake system anyway. So at least this way you have steel brakes. He said it himself, 155. He said 155. He said 155 at Buttonwillow first time out.
I really did.
He didn't say first day out, he said first time out.
I want another black car though.
I mean, I will say this. Toby had the 997 and struggled to run a sub-T.
That's a C2S 997.
I understand that, and then got in the Supra and literally ran like a 155 first time out.
Dude, how you say gas cap?
I'm going to give you guys a clue of where our first mod's going to be.
Because this is probably the first time it's been actually driven. Like for real.
Sick. So yeah, let's not touch it.
Well, let's put a cage in it. MCS is in it. Don't need
It's
exhaust
not.
in it.
It's not
Before
touching.
breaking.
Yeah.
Hey, this thing is a little flimsy.
I always like it.
It's actually like kind of creepy.
It's meant to like turn with the air, dude. Just joking.
It looks like you lost another one.
We just got to Alvaro's shop here,
Yes, sir.
Vaia Design. We're here to leave the G80 M3 with him to do Matte PPF.
We're going to be using Ceramic Pro's Vaia Matte PPF. It's got a 12-year warranty. It's going to take this gloss Sao Paulo to a matte finish. It'll protect it from like chips, scratches, impacts. It'll keep it from staining, stuff like that.
Does it do the self-healing thing?
Yeah, it's got a self-healing layer. It's got Ceramic Pro infused into the film.
Oh, wow.
It all gets registered under the cars like Carfax and stuff, so if you ever need it for whatever reason, like you get in an accident
nice.
and you need to prove to your insurance that you had it on it, you know, you got that going for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I've known Alvaro for like close to like 5-6 years already,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But yeah, we're looking forward to doing the matte because the Supra's matte. So the G80, we want to have it match a little bit. So also, besides leaving the G80, we're going to be picking up Jason's GT3 RS. Let's go. Can you show us a little bit of what you did on that one? So he just picked this up last week, and it's got 60 miles, or no, maybe a little bit more now.
Yeah, I think he's got a couple 100 miles on it now, so he's driven it a little bit. But yeah, it came in with a gloss black paint. We did Vaia matte on it, so stealth wrap on the entire thing, got it all wrapped up.
Nice.
Murdered out the paint pretty much. We did gloss clear bra on the hood.
Oh, you did? You
Yeah.
did do the hood, okay.
Yeah, so the hood's
nice.
wrapped, it's protected in gloss, same thing with like the carbon mirrors. We're gonna be doing the roof, but his clear coat's failing, so they have to repair that. We'll be redoing that when he brings it back. Yeah, and did some door numbers, some GT3 RS graphics along the bottom there to replace and then
Awesome.
did the little GT3 RS badge on the back, so yeah.
And well, you didn't do that one, right?
Yeah, I actually did that badge
You did
also.
this look?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because
Crazy.
it had a sticker on there before, but again, it was
Yeah.
a few years old, all beat up and faded, so just reprinted it, put it over the wrap.
I always think that it's funny how on the RS cars, Porsche uses stickers for the emblems to save weight.
Yeah,
So it's like, if you own one and you're driving it, technically you should be driving the car naked.
so.
Dude, he dropped this off like 4 days ago and you did all that?
Yeah, Monday night. Yeah, I got here at like 5 a.m. today to do some
Okay.
last minute touch-ups and just go around, make sure it's all dialed in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet, so then the G80 will be done in like 4 days. Can we check out the inside?
Yeah, for sure.
I've never been here.
Yeah, we
so.
can go in through the front here.
Okay.
Give you like the full customer experience, I guess.
I love the wing on your M2.
Thanks, man.
That's like the style I want to do.
It's funny, I screwed up and I drilled a hole in the wrong place, so I've got 2 holes I gotta fill in first. But yeah, lobby,
Nice.
simple reception area.
I like this.
Yeah, just
Did you
installed
print
it.
that yourself?
Yeah, printed it and installed it like last Friday. And
Holy
got the
crap, you
printer,
got a lot of
laminator,
machines.
Grab tech. Minivan is just sitting there. That trailer is getting a full wrap.
Nice.
Benz is getting a wrap removal.
Nice.
Yeah, this is it. Just
Sweet.
yeah, it works out.
What are these? Because like I know these big, large area, full color prints are like expensive. Do you mind sharing how much this machine was?
Yeah, so this printer was 20,000. Yeah, I got it like 20% off when I bought it, so it ended up
Nice.
being like 16.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, between like that, the plotter behind you, and this guy here is probably like 40 grand in machinery, you know?
That's crazy. Yeah, because I noticed it's like all you have are like large area, like
Yeah, for
large
sure.
width machines.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Cool.
and it works out. I mean, because when you're printing for like a Mercedes or whatever, like a trailer like that, you want to be able to do huge panels, so you're not doing like little small sections, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, Alvaro, I've been texting Alvaro about it for like a month now since he did the front bumper. And then he's like, dude, I still have fucking nightmares from doing the first one. So I guess there's a lot of little curves
Yeah,
and
that
weird
front
edges, right?
That front bumper is gnarly.
Yeah.
Because I tried to do it in one piece the first time I wrapped that bumper, and just like where the grill meets like that front lip section,
Yeah.
it goes from it's like a 90-degree turn.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of little intricate crevices and stuff that are super hard to get the vinyl or the PPF into.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's tricky, but
Well, I guess it's good because I've seen Notter's car and I didn't know that it was PPF,
oh, nice.
which is the point,
Yep.
right? So,
Yep.
cool. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate it.
What's going on, guys? Today we got Jason's GT3 RS in today. It's back from the wrap shop, I believe. He got PPF done on it, and today we're going to be putting the cage on it. So we've got the 4-point cage. He went for silver. Once that's done, then we'll be doing, I think we're doing the Dundon crack pipe and catless headers. So it should be sounding real nice. So let's get started and see if we can't get this cage finished up.
All right, guys, so we just finished up the cage for Jason and he's here to pick up the car. I picked it up from Vaia this morning. It was really tempting, dude. Like,
to go over
drive.
Yeah. For those who don't know, I bought this car with 59 original miles on the odometer. So technically it still has to go through the break-in period, which is roughly you know,
600
miles.
Porsche says 1,000, right? Or
1,000, but you go 4,000 RPM up to 400 miles. Then every 100 miles you increase by, I think, 500 RPMs or 1,000 RPMs. It's super weird. So I wasn't gonna wait until 1,500 miles to send it.
Did you talk to anyone else that has one?
No.
Oh, okay.
So
okay,
all forums and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, Jason wants to unplug the exhaust.
Exhaust,
So, like,
yeah.
when we were changing the oil, right, obviously we had it on the lift, and we were debating if it's a true dry sump or if it's like a semi thing. Porsche's got their own thing going on. And then we also have to check about how they baffle the intake box, because that obviously, you know, dictates how they want the air to go into the engine and stuff like that. And if the exhaust valve correlates with the intake box. But what else do you have planned?
So right now we did the cage today, planning on doing the harnesses. Dundon crack pipe is already on order, so gonna do that eventually, maybe down the road, do race headers.
You're gonna do the headers and
the crack pipe, like Gabe, yeah.
Oh my God.
So yeah, been thinking about doing MCS 3-ways. Then other than that, with these cars, that's pretty much all you need.
Yeah.
The main intention of this purchase was, you know, track car, you know, once in a while, nice cars and coffee, whatever.
You say that, but you're gonna end up driving it every day.
Yeah. Oh, then I actually bought my buddy Gabe's old BBS's, his E88s, so I need to put those on as well.
Yeah. Good old Blues Clues coming to the rescue with the BBSs. Are you gonna take it to Laguna?
I'm thinking about taking it to Laguna, what is that, next?
A week from today.
A week from today, but I'm also gonna take this car to Bunwillow this Sunday.
Yeah,
so.
I think you'll be well within. That's why we changed the oil, because you're already
changed
at, what,
the oil.
400?
Yeah, then I'm going to, I'll be driving it all weekend, so maybe another 150 miles.
Yeah.
The car has 377 miles.
Yeah.
So 150 this weekend. Oh, then going up to Bunwillow, that's what, another 150? Ish.
Maybe 200.
Yeah.
From
so
where
I think after this weekend, it should be broken in fairly enough to send it. Well, I'm going to send it tonight either way.
You're going to send it tonight? Oh, you are?
Because I'm going to Adams Motorsports Parkway, some go-kart track that hosts Time Attack.
Yeah, for all you local SoCal guys, you probably know about Adams Motorsports Park. It's like it's a go-kart track, but it's also once a month they have a drift night and then a Time Attack night. Unfortunately, even though Gabe told me to sign up, the day that he told me to sign up, I go to sign up that night and it's already booked out. But check Gabe's videos and Omar Simply Car Things video for that. Yeah, we won't make it there, but
next time.
Yeah, next time. Let us know when all the stuff comes in.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have everything shipped in, and then what do you plan to run at Buttonwillow?
I honestly don't know, because I've never tracked a rear engine car. I had the McLaren, which I sold to help get this car, and that was mid-engine.
Yeah.
And
it was.
I really never figured out. Yeah. I never really figured out how to drive mid-engine, so it should be surprising, fun, kind of scary maybe. we drove Gabe's car. Gabe's car, yeah.
He let us drive his car that one of the days.
I know when Gabe hopped from the F8X to GT3, I remember he was telling me at Bunwillow he didn't know like what the heck he was doing, and he was just getting like 2 flats in a GT3.
But now he's at like 147.
Yeah, now he's sub 150s, you know, flying around Bunwillow. So should be interesting.
Yeah.
To see the progression, set the benchmark this weekend.
I told Jason if he doesn't run a 157, then I get to keep the car for a month. I hope he runs it though.
Yeah, I hope I do, yeah. So we'll find out.
Yeah, stay tuned guys. Thanks again for watching. You know, as always, like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. And we hope to see you in the next one.